This is CBS 5 Eyewitness News.
San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom is breaking his silence tonight. It was nearly a month ago that he dropped out of the governor's race. He hasn't held any official public events or talked to the media since, leading many to ask, what's going on? But that changed today. CBS 5 political editor Hank Plant sat down with the mayor for a one-on-one interview.
The mayor used the occasion of the city's $500 million deficit to start doing interviews again. But of course, we began with questions about his uncharacteristic absence from the public limelight.
Mr. Mayor, good to see you. Let me start by asking you, where have you been?
$522.2 million shortfall. Last year we had a 570.
Wait a minute.
5.6. Hank, I'm here to talk about tomorrow, today and tomorrow. Now, yesterday I've been working my tail off. I've been out. I think I had 69 public events in the last 2.5 weeks.
You know, I heard you say that on the radio today,
yeah.
And then I asked your staff, well, where's the printout? Where are these events? And your press person said, well, this is stuff he just goes to.
Yeah, these are all public events,
right.
Yeah. So.
But look, you know the criticism that you have been dodging, not just the press, but also the public, that you have been sulking after dropping out of the governor's race, that you're having a temper tantrum. What do you want to say about it?
I want to say that I've been working my tail off. I've been here focused in San Francisco. I think I was gone 2 days out of the city in the last 3 weeks. We've done 69 public events. I've been as engaged or more engaged than ever. I don't read the press. It is comical, some of the things that have been written.
So the cartoon in the Chronicle that depicted you as a crying baby with the headline, Mayor, Mayor, off the wall, you didn't see that?
No.
You didn't see it?
Who reads that stuff? I don't read that stuff. I focus on work. I focus on getting things done.
You know, it's not just the press, though, that you've been absent from. I mean, I have a list of the events that you have missed.
Which ones?
Well, you want a few. The Urban Land Institute, you were scheduled to speak before 6,000 people.
I had the flu that week.
The China SF conference that was also there, they were counting on you. The Silver Spur Awards luncheon.
That was the only one I missed that I actually knew about. No, I took
2,000 people.
After I think you're focused on the Spur. I actually wish I had made. I was sick as a dog. And that was on a Monday, and was gone for 3 days.
Salvation Army luncheon honoring your chief of staff.
I was never scheduled to be there. I was at I was at 3 events at the exact same time.
Some of your staff members have left.
Yeah, as I said, I made a lot of changes here.
You went to Hawaii.
For how long?
Didn't tell your own press secretary. He was blindsided. Had to go out and tell the reporters, well, he's under the weather. Didn't know his own boss was on a plane to Hawaii. Was blindsided. These are people who work for you 15, 16 hours a day. What does it say about your loyalty to them?
Well, what does it say about the information that you've been provided? That's what I'm concerned about more. You're just factually, again, incorrect. My chief of staff was well aware I was gone. I was gone for 48 hours. I left for 2 days. I think I deserve the right, after a long campaign, to make the decision to spend time with my daughter and my wife. I don't know where you come up with this, and it sort of misleads people and creates a sense of something that really doesn't exist, and so it's unfortunate. But again...
But that is exactly what happened, Mr. Mayor. The press secretary gave misinformation to the press, and then he resigned.
Yes, yeah.
Curiously, he resigned after this.
Yeah, I don't know that this is much to do about nothing. My chief of staff was aware, and to the extent that my chief of staff apparently that morning didn't communicate it to the press secretary, I guess that was the case.
But then, when it was time to talk about the city's finance problems, Newsom seemed out of patience.
Deficit, $522 million.
Yeah, it's a big deficit.
What does this mean?
Just
Layoffs?
a big deficit, a lot of work ahead of us.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we just got a lot of work ahead of us, big deficit.
At the end, he couldn't leave the room fast enough.
Off the record, I'm amazingly disappointed. Amazingly. I just am, personally, you know?
Well, I did draw him out more about the city's deficit, which he says he will now focus on. But Ken, it's clear that he is still sensitive about his behavior over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, Hank, I'm sure everyone noticed that at the end of right there, the mayor said off the record, and he had a comment before he expressed his disappointment with the interview. Let's take the chance right now to explain to people, our viewers, how we regard off the record.
Well, simply put, a reporter has to agree with an interview subject that something is off the record. It's not up to them to simply declare that that's the case. And besides, the mayor was quite aware that our cameras were rolling on him.
Yeah, might have been a case of trying to change horses midstream. You can't do that. Once you start talking, you're talking. All right, Hank Plant, thank you. Well, as you saw from parts of the interview in Hank's story, this was an exchange that at times grew a little contentious, and you can see the entire thing. We have it unedited at cbs5.com/politics.